Hey there, Dustin Wright
And Becky Liebens.
with Portfolio Commercial Group, and this is Volume 10 of the Portfolio. Well, Becky, we've got 3 key stories. Most of them are very residential focused.
So good.
But the biggest article we've got in our newsletter right now is really how mortgage rates and the interest rate hike that specifically happened last summer by the Fed, how it really hasn't affected prices in the Dallas-Fort Worth area too much, right?
No, it hasn't,
Yeah.
because you can still have buyers that are buying homes here. Right?
Yeah.
You've got families that are getting bigger. You got families that are getting smaller. You got families that are going through different life changes that are always going to be buying homes,
Yeah.
Dustin. Right? So you may have a few sellers that have gotten
bet.
out of the market because their mortgages are lower,
Yeah.
right? So if you have slower inventory and you have lower buyers, that's fine.
Yep.
Because that'll keep the prices the same.
Well, and so overall on the article in the newsletter, it references the fact that prices have actually come down 5% just
bit.
this year.
Just a little bit.
So 5%, now the average sales price in the Dallas-Fort Worth area is actually $412,000.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for those of you, if you've been in DFW any length of time, anything over 200,000 is already a big deal for a medium average.
Right.
But nonetheless, that's still
It's a
about a
big number.
$20,000 price reduction
Yeah.
in terms of what homes are going for on an average.
Right.
So 5% is still a pretty good little lick.
Right.
However, it's nothing drastic or major at this point,
No.
considering that most homes are up in their value over the last 3 years by almost 50%.
No, that's really good.
So overall, the overall return is still really great for sellers. So bottom line, what does it really mean? We're moving more to a balanced market.
Yep.
And so we've got a good balance of sellers and buyers. So
That's
we're not
right.
really in a seller's market at the present moment, not really in a buyer's market either.
No.
We're kind of right in between both.
Right.
So for all our residential agents out there, make sure if you're talking with sellers, they've got great incentive programs,
Yep.
attracting buyers to want their property.
That's right.
And buyers, we got to have great consultations.
Yes.
Because that whole expectation of what they want to buy, there's a lot more to choose from, and there's some better inventory right now. Not a ton, but better.
Right.
But they're going to be a lot more picky. So we have to have better consults with our buyers right now.
Yeah. Yeah, leverage it.
Absolutely. Okay, well, let's move on to article numero dos. And that is that about our apartment market, specifically the rental market and multifamily market. Becky?
You know, the rental market has actually gotten much better for tenants.
Oh, yeah.
You know why? Because those buyers are leaving the apartments to buy buildings, by the way. They're buying houses. Okay, right? But also you're seeing developers, they're building more apartments, right? So hopefully now with this expansion of apartments, you're gonna see those rents drop.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the article says.
Well, and that's what's coming out is there's a huge influx in multifamily development happening in Texas.
Right.
Because overall, Texas does not have a strong rental market in general. We're very, very purchase heavy
Yes.
in terms of our market. So
Right. People
a
like
lot of
homes.
investors coming in from other parts of the country, coming in
Right.
and building a lot of multifamily properties. And because of that, we saw a huge rental rate increase off the moratorium that we had during
Yeah, it was
COVID.
huge. It was
So
like
it-
14% or something.
Yeah,
like
it
that.
shot up a ton in terms of rental rates.
Yeah.
And so as we're seeing that, those rental rates are still pretty high right now, but as we see these apartment complexes continue to open up and these multifamily properties come available,
Right.
that should soften rental rates a little bit. And so we're seeing, well, it's gonna be interesting to keep an eye on what does the rental market do overall and how it affects its purchase clientele in particular.
Yeah, you should see more buyers coming out of it.
You
though.
should,
Yeah,
absolutely.
for sure.
Okay?
And number 3,
Yeah.
I am really surprised by this, having moved to Texas twice.
Yeah, doing it two
Right?
times,
the
not
freeing,
once. That's
the
it.
freeing of the Texas miracle, which
Yeah.
is meaning affordable housing.
You bet.
Right? I mean, that's like the ribbon around Texas. Everybody moves here for that.
Yeah, I mean, historically, we've always been known and attracted people all over the country for how affordable our real estate is.
For sure.
And so it's got now, DFW's still looking good, Houston's doing okay, Austin's doing terrible in terms of their affordability rate.
Right.
And so, but we're seeing a lot more of that attraction. So what does it mean to all of us? It means in order for us, our affordability, it's 2 things. One, people are gonna be moving out. So we're seeing
Yes, sir.
Grayson County, Wise County, areas that were very, very rural being highly developed into
Right.
single family homes right now.
That's good news.
And people living further and further. So the Metroplex is getting significantly
Yes.
larger right now.
Yep.
And the second thing, and we all should be doing this, is writing our congressmen. There are
Yes.
roughly 5 bills with the state of Texas right now in the House
Right.
to do property tax relief, reduction, increasing homestead exemptions.
Yep.
They're working on different things. We should all be writing our congressmen about
Yes.
that right now, because
Yep.
if we could get some of that relief, we need that first-time home buyer market to really come back right now.
That's right.
It's really, really compressed, and we need that market to come back because it moves our entire housing market.
That's right. No, that's really good. You know, affordability is really important. We need to preserve that.
You bet.
And your congressman and your senators and your local council
You bet.
also play a big role in that.
Absolutely.
And find out more about that. That's a really big deal.
Absolutely.
Your buyers and sellers really should know about all of that.
Absolutely. So those are our 3 things. Make sure you read and get more details from the article. And remember, we want to be a part of your portfolio.